Hi, I'm Matthew Humphries, award-winning vocal coach and Director of Development at 360 Artist Development, where we develop singers ready for the music industry. Today's Tuesday Top Tip is, how do I get paid from my music? It's a valid question. There are many ways that you can get paid. This comes in the form of royalties, most likely, but can also come in the way of sync fees if you get your song onto TV, film or adverts, and obviously fees for gigs, etc. Let's cover royalties. When you release a song, you need to make sure that you are actually registered as the songwriter if you're the songwriter, and as the performer if you're the performer. Your song needs to be registered for master rights and also the songwriting rights, because those royalties will come separately. How on earth do you do that? Well, here in the UK, you can join something called the Performing Rights Society, PRS. And it's PRS for Music online if you go and search for it. In the US, you can join ASCAP, you can join BMI. Doesn't matter which one you choose, they'll all collect royalties. Although, you do need to have a look, because some of those companies do collect royalties at different rates, particularly with different networks if you're going to be doing sync music for television or anything. But I won't go into that in this video. You need to register to them as a songwriter, and then when you actually register your track for release, you're putting in all the details about the track, the length of it, who's involved in it, who wrote it, what the split is, and so on and so forth. And this is important because it then registers the track so that every time it's played anywhere, you can get royalties from it. And when I say played anywhere, you can also go in to register when you do gigs of your own songs. So for example, if you're out performing and you've done your song, a number of different times, different places, you can actually log into the PRS and tell them about it, because they will then give you royalties for having played your song live. So there's a tip for you. Equally, with regards to PPL, which is another organisation which handles master rights, if you have an account with them, you can register the song for the master rights, and again, that will then give you money if it's used on television. The television channels in the UK, like the BBC, ITV, etc., they actually have authority to use any song they want that's registered with PRS under their blanket licence. And when they do that, they will then automatically pay those royalties, which will then come to you, so you don't need to do anything with that. But with the US shows, you will end up with a sync licence where they pay an upfront fee for the use of your work, and then you will get royalties through the distribution channels. Obviously, you've got gig fees as well, so if you're going to do any touring, you can get paid gig fees depending how that works. Obviously, if you're doing individual gigs, it's up to you how much you charge. If you're on tour, you'll obviously get that those fees there, or a percentage of ticket sales in many cases. But the most important thing really to say in this short video is register yourself as a songwriter if you're a songwriter, and as a performer if you're a performer, with performing rights societies. Because if you don't, you won't get any money. Some people do put their song out there, and the distribution channels will put the master recording rights through for you. But if you're not registered as the songwriter, that will not happen. You won't get any royalties from it. So please, please, please make sure that you've registered yourself as a songwriter if you are one. And then you will start seeing the money come in. Although unfortunately, not very much money, because streaming platforms don't pay that much. So we're looking at royalties, we're looking at gig fees, we're looking at sync music fees as some of the main ways that you can earn money. But other ways could be through collaboration. People might want your voice on a song. So just like you might pay for a producer, you can get paid for being a featured artist on a song. So why not look out on producer forums, people looking for vocalists, and put yourself forward as somebody who could sing on their song, because you can get paid for that. And it brings in money, to help you make more music for yourself. Lots of different avenues. Other artists have gone down the crowdfunding route, where they've set up an account to try and get some crowdfunding to help fund their album. And there are actually some artists who only use that route to make their money. They've built a fan base so large that they ask their fan base to give them $1 to $3 a month, and they will only release music to those fans. And they're earning like $30,000 a month because they've got that many fans just paying out that small amount of money. And so there are some ingenious ways that some people are earning a living. Of course, people want the big time, they want the record deal, and if that happens, you'll obviously get a lot of money. But don't forget that a lot of things are advances on your earnings, which means that if you're given, say, £100,000, you've got to earn that £100,000 before you then earn any more money after that. That's another topic altogether, and that's obviously the big time. But in the meantime, before you are big time, just make sure that you're getting every single penny or cent that you can get and you're entitled to by making sure that you're properly registered and you're properly earning royalties from the music that goes out onto the streaming platforms or onto television or gets played at gigs. Please do subscribe to this channel to watch more Tuesday Top Tips, and check out 360artistdevelopment.com to see what it is we do. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.